Good evening all. I hope it is audible. So participants, does anybody having doubt regarding the previous sessions just posted? I hope previously we have seen a fantastic output regarding the fire reduction. Doubts, doubts means posted. I hope for everyone it is clear regarding all the particular functions. Control learner, it is possible to uninstall a package in Python. The same command only, which is known as pip install. If you provide pip install for installing the package, means provide it as pip uninstall and the respective package name. Still, I am expecting more doubts. We have completed 10 days and 2 mini projects we have completed. And today we are going for another mini project. Still, like that, we have many more projects to be done. Any doubts or interesting things, whichever you have practiced. So this session itself for clarifying the doubts only. That's why every day from some 10 to 15 minutes we are keeping on discussing. Kindly utilize it. Yeah, this is one of the question. Still not even a single student has asked to me. That is from control learner. Like how means why we are using sometime as import and sometime as from. So if we go for the coding platform, especially inside the Python, all the packages, if you are importing the whole package, means you will be taking it as import the package name. So from the package, you are going to import only a particular function. At that place, here we will be providing from time import sleep. So that is one particular series in header file. Deepak Malik, we are not providing any of the job interviews. Still, any doubts means you guys can just post it. Any doubts? Doubts. Okay. Yes, Tilak Lucky will be starting. Don't just get hurry up over here. So those who have joined towards the seminar, sorry, this particular masterclass, can just share this YouTube link to your friends so that they will also come to know what is artificial intelligence using Python. Because many of them are still not knowing what is that particular artificial intelligence, how that artificial intelligence is done into without any hardware, with the hardware. Inside this particular artificial intelligence itself, we are having many types. So it depends upon the boards and it depends upon that respective solution. So those kind of different things only here we have to learn. Whatever we are completely moving on, only with the help of computer vision. So throughout the entire data, everything will be just working only with images, videos, and in between one or two we will be working with voice, like text to speech, then speech recognition. Okay, Dr. Srimati ma'am, one more doubt. When will I get previous certificate for 30 days ML class? Currently, your attendance is being verified. If you have attended only the YouTube class means your attendance will be verified, and for the master class means after completing all your videos you will be receiving it. VC Divadara, actually whatever I am taking the entire session itself with projects only. So this and all some basic steps for the projects, like how the block diagram flow will be there, what are the problems and what are the solutions. So how many of them has just gone to Spider-Man No Way Home? Has anybody seen that movie? I hope it is good. One day we'll be seeing it. And please arrange same session on Python. It will be very helpful for non-technical. Chiranjeev Pranay, yes, sure, we'll make it. We'll make it the series of Python. H1K, regarding fire reduction only yesterday we have completed. So through the color as well as XML file, we are able to detect the fire, able to track the fire with OpenCV. Okay, so some of them have seen the movie, some of them not yet seen the movie. Also they have not seen. Oh, Vindhya Reddy has seen. Good. So I think you are hardcore lover of Marvel. Good evening, Soumya. Yes, some parts of OOPS concept should be known. So whatever we are working inside this AI, it is a part. If you are just going for the product based means, OOPS only will be helping for everyone. Like rendering into a mobile app, software execution files. Oh, many of them going to watch on Monday. So during the class hours or after the class hours? Class hours in the sense school or college? College. Okay, fine. M Surya, yes, all the videos will be available at our site. Okay, fine. So previously we have seen many kinds of implementations with OpenCV. Now among with that we are also just going for the complete interface. Okay, so step by step we are going on. Like that we have seen some kind of prototypes over here. So the prototypes in the sense like a color detection, and we have also seen that conversions. Then we have gone for lane detection and fire detection. So like that each and every applications. So this lane detection and all mostly comes under the mini project part only, and this fire detection also comes under the mini project depending upon the application. So if you are just going for a fire detection means it comes under the mini project. If you are just going with high-end neural networks like ResNet, or if you are going with the DenseNet 161, so that particular ranges, if you are going to work with the same application means will be changed into the major product. And at the same time, if you are trying to integrate some multiple things onto the system means, then it will comes under the next part. So what the problem we will be facing once when we are integrating means our processor get stabilized with that performance. So if you are just running the lane detection and you are trying to just run another one application through that, so therefore our complete system module, the CPU percentage will be monitoring. So this is that particular video process. So only we are able to see over here. So this kind of functions only it will be completely applying over there. So like that only we are just going with the step-by-step applications, and now we are going to start with the gesture detection. So before starting that we will be having a short intro on it. So generally Fantech provides educational equipments for all the engineering institutions all over India. And for functional department means we provide artificial intelligence kit, IoT kit, CSE kit, information technology kit, CE kit, triple E kit, EMI kit, and robotics kit. So onto that particular different technologies. So we also provide a technical training company. So like you can just monitor for our past some series from the year of 2020. So we have come up with some machine learning. Then we have introduced with IoT classes globally for everyone. So not only for India, for globally for everyone. And at the same time, we have introduced some series of classes. So series with IETE and APSTC. So similarly, we are also conducting the masterclass series. So regarding a particular technology, continuously for 30 days. Continuously for 30 days, both the things are challenging over here. 30 days, those who are interested in technology participating for the continuous 30 days, and myself just conducting for the continuous 30 days regarding the different applications inside the technologies. So in that way only, we are just providing all the technical helpings to all that particular people, those who are seeking for this. So it might be difficult for anyone to seek some technological assistance. That is the reason we are just opening up all our knowledge towards you. Then we also provide prototype as well as do-it-yourself project support for research purpose as well as commercial. Therefore, our vision is to help at least 10 million students, and more than 1 lakh, more than 1 lakh we have reached onto the YouTube itself. So I hope other than YouTube, offline also we have reached in our past 16 to 17 years. So from that also many of them has learned, many of them has assisted us with us in intern or supportive roles. So like that, you guys also will be learning. I hope so, and I hope uh, everyone will be enjoying this particular session. Therefore, wishing you a happy learning, and I hope till this day 10. So till day 10 we have completed. If you guys like those particular topics, even though that is slight trending, not much trending, a slight of trending only, we can keep it in the low level, and this gesture can be set as some mid level. So hereafter, like that kind of graphs will be keeping on increasing, and upcomings also you will be interested. I hope so. So till day 10, if you guys like that particular topics, you can just provide a like into the YouTube chat. So if you provide that particular like and subscription with a lot of comments means we will be getting motivated to get into different integrations. So those different integrations only will help us the world to know the technology. Why everyone are just moving on to the technology? In today's artificial intelligence news, you will come to know. So that we will be discussing during that particular time. I hope if everyone is able to have a patience to see that news means it will be good, because for all the students and those who are willing to start up a particular company or trying to becoming an entrepreneur onto that different this particular technology, there will be such a slight informative, not a huge, such a slight informative for everyone. So important announcement, attendance will be issued from 8 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. So within that the link will be dropped into our description box. An e-certificate will be provided at end of the series, and 25 days attendance is required to get free masterclass participation. So there are slight differences from our free masterclass and A internship. Inside free masterclass, this particular on the day you have to attend, and all that particular days are required. So minimum 25 days attendance is required. And the timing from 7:30 to 8 p.m. that is minimum, and maximum till 8:30. So depends upon the particular technology, and sometimes it might be get extended. So it depends upon that, especially concepts over there. After the live video, it won't be available, and in internship, it is straight opposite. You will be getting all the recorded videos. You'll be having access of 60 days. You can download all the particular materials from respective site. So from this, currently we are going with computer vision applications. Among that application, today we are going to do with gesture detection using Sklearn and OpenCV. So this will be today's topic. Like onto the gestures, before we are getting, we have to know what is a particular gesture and what is a Sklearn, why we are using that. So among this particular Sklearn, it is a package which is known as scikit-learn scientific kit only. So inside the scientific kit, what is that particular package stands for? To do scientific calculations. So for that we have many different types of packages like scikit-learn, scipy, and import math. So this kind of header files and all will be able to use it for mathematical purpose. Now through that scikit-learn, what and all we are able to get it. We will be able to get different algorithms like support vector machine. We will be able to get the different kinds of intimations like neural network. The basic structures of neural network we will be able to create, and naive bias. So this kind of different algorithms we will be able to get, which can be easily processed for data science, and from that only one or two algorithms we will be able to use for image processing or video processing. But now onto this, the video processing, we are using the scikit-learn package, and from that the respective calculations it will be applied to detect only the gesture, and where the video and its processing will be done with the help of the OpenCV. So here we are integrating two packages for a single application, and gesture, it is one of the most challenged kind of detection. Like if I am waving the hand, it should detect what it is. If I show this finger, it should detect what it is. So there are different types of gesture available onto our technology world. So among this technological world, there are many kinds. So onto this single technology, if you are having many types, means everyone will be confused over that. So here we will be discussing what are the types of gesture available and how those gesture are working. So inside the camera itself, we are having two or more types, like around 2-3 types I have. So then after that we will be just moving on how to recognize the gesture using OpenCV and the Sklearn. So what are the step-by-step process we will be going on. Now if you go for the different types, so here you can see the images. So onto the image, each and everything it is done in different way. So one is with the help of gloves, one is with the help of sensor, one is with the help of camera, and another one is with the help of 3D camera. So onto this camera itself we are having two types. So from that we are taking normal camera as well as the depth camera. So that details also will be provided here. First let us come from the top right corner, because that is one of the unique kind of gesture. So that gesture we will be having the respective sensor, which can be said as the flex. So flex sensor, it is known as flexible. So the flex sensor we will be attaching towards our fingers. So here this is how my hand means. Here we will be just keeping that particular respective sensor in a straight way. So whenever I am folding that particular finger, means some electrical resistivity value will be changing over there, which is in the form of analog. And if you have a decoder and encoder, means definitely you can use it for digital purpose also. So like if I am moving this much, means some resistive value. If I am moving this much, means some another resistive value. If I am holding like this, like fully closed, means the full resistance value. Onto the resistance value, here I can give the conditions onto the controller. Let it be Arduino, Raspberry Pi, ARM7, ARM Cortex, anything. So for any controller, I am allowed to provide the signals. So if I provide the signals, means if I am just holding like this, then the fan must be turned off. If I am holding like this, the fan must be turned on. if I am holding like this, so therefore the second light must be turned on. So like that kind of different values we will be able to get. So for that we have to compare all the sensors value, but many of them will be thinking, sir, we have to keep 5 sensors over here. That is up to you, your wish. Even you can create until the 5 sensors, or you can also create the gesture even with 3 sensors. Even with single sensor also it is possible. So this and all the multiple applications which we will be able to create with the help of the gesture gloves. So onto the gesture gloves we can also make it to wirelessly transmit the data. How it is possible? So you have to connect all the sensors, and onto the gloves you have to mount a hardware with any of the wireless communication. Let it be IoT, RF or Bluetooth, anything. So through that you have to pair to your receiver device. So if you are just doing the actions respective whatever the trained actions means, those data it will be sent through wirelessly towards the embedded system, and we will be able to do whatever the control we need. So this is another kind of application which can be said as wireless gesture control system. Then now we are moving towards the top left corner. So there you can see some animated hand, and at the same time you can also see there is one remote, or we can also say some lengthy type of device. So that is known as leap motion sensor. So many of them will be thinking, here we are talking about gesture, then why we are going for the motion? The motion from one place to another place, the moving part only, it is known as motion. The same thing only the gesture also required. Even if I am just waving the hand, if some action should be sent to the system means, therefore the motion is also considered as a gesture. How? Because the wavement from left to right, from left to right means that is one direction which comes from the one particular axis to another axis. So for this, if I keep that particular axis data means, therefore from left to right means, that can be kept as one action, and that action can be related to some of the application. Now onto the same thing, if you are going for right to left, that is for another action, from up to down and down to down, that is another action. So onto this particular actions, what the sensor is getting detected, from that only we will be able to integrate. So once when we are going for this kind of different parts of the gesture, each sensor has its own function. Sometimes if you are just showing only 2 in front of the leap motion means, that also will be detecting the entire data. So now therefore we are just going for the application like camera. So the camera's application today we will be going to see. So in front of camera, if I am showing 1, 2, 3 means it has to detect and display. So that will be our today's task, so that we will be training and seeing detail inside the entire course. The next thing is nothing but Kinect. So I'm not sure how many of them has heard this word. So this Kinect, it is one of the oldest technology from the time period of Xbox. So whenever they have found out that particular Xbox, from that period they are having this Kinect, which is known as 3D camera, also called as 3-dimensional camera. What are the cameras we are having means depth camera, normal camera and infrared camera. So throughout that, the depth camera, it is used to detect the motion of the person. So in front of the Kinect, if you are just waving your hand means you can play it in your TV. So therefore we will be having some interconnections between the Kinect as well as the TV through the action. So that's also a gesture. You are playing tennis and they are providing that particular Kinect, and you are just using only your hand. So just provide a shot, therefore the correctly it will place on the ball and you will start to play with it. That is one kind of interaction over here, and within that it will take the entire skeleton of the body, and based on that the motions also we will be able to recognize with the help of Kinect over here. So these are the different types of devices which we will be able to interconnect with the help of gesture. So among that, today's session, in this session particularly we will be just working with 2D camera only, whatever the webcam I am having inside my laptop. So with that, we will be detecting the gesture number of fingers, not the motion, only for the fingers over here. So before getting into that, does anybody have doubt on this? Does anybody having doubt till here means you can just post it. So no doubts for Mr. Arjun, and Pawan is enjoying this particular class like a party. Happy for that. Simple definition. Actually, gesture means the particular sorts of input we will be providing to the device through virtual. Whatever the movements we are providing towards a digital device or a machine, that is known as gesture. For Ajay also there is no doubts. A brief definition is given. Uh, Reddy, Abhishek Reddy. My God, how much a lengthy name. This class very interesting, so please explain deeply. Yeah, this is just starting for the gesture. First coding required for every finger so that you will identify further. Somewhat. In OpenCV it is very simple while compared to the sensor. Sensor means only the values it will be able to read it, the physical values which converts into the digital. Camera it is nothing but virtual values only. How you guys are able to see me virtually through the camera, through the YouTube itself. So that is the virtual thing. Like that, here I will show from this much far. To be able to recognize and therefore works with camera. That is the difference between sensor and camera. So those who have liked the video, you can just share your thumbs up, and at the same time you can like this particular video and share it to your friends, so that still anyone is interested, at least based on the topic also, if they are joining to the classes, and then there will be some kind of interest, like what to say, if he is going to do any project means he can use this kind of techniques. Then we use all the fingers at a time. For that also we can set value. Asif Sheikh, gesture option is available in iPhone also. Yes. So inside that iPhone, if you are just saying means we are having options for three gestures. So like single tap, double tap, and triple tap. To tap for single time, one application. To tap for double time, another application. Triple time, another application. Like that. Difference between 2D and 3D. Now, whatever the cameras we are using in our mobile phones, 2D. Whatever the camera which detects the motion, like in depth analyst way, that is known as 3D camera, which can also do mapping. And I think some of the participants are asking me to start the class. If I start the class, they are asking for attendance. After the attendance complete, they are asking for the certificate. And just if you come to the class means ask some interesting doubt, then only you can also learn, I can also learn. Ravindra Hare, assume your thumb is coded with turn on the light once. We raise the thumb, it will automatically turn on the light. Yes. Yes, Ravindra, it is possible. How can we merge all the program into one? Like for single finger and the full hand. For that we have to create it. So creation is must, and the area also we have to cover it. I think we have camera up to 5D. I am not sure regarding the 5D. I am only known with till Kinect. And nowadays Kinect version 2 is getting highlighted. Okay, fine. So then Raspberry Pi to a particular software. Inside Raspberry Pi itself, we can install all the software. No need to connect and all. Not an infrared sensor, it's infrared camera. Any doubts means you can just post it. Okay, so I hope there is no doubts. Then in gesture motion sensor, which motion sensor is used? The leap motion they will be using, and the flex sensor they will be using. Camera quality, yes, there are chances. Question is for mark or for learn. What is your theory? Namin Sri Nandan from whenever I have started to know that education is only for learn, that time I used to say to my parents, according to me, there is no use of mark at all. There is a filtering criteria for many other applications. Even I am also a slow learner, uh, but interested in working this kind of technologies. That only has given me a boost up into my career. Till now, this is my. There is gesture motion, which sensors are used. Yeah, that's what camera, flex sensor, and the gesture sensor is separately available, and the leap motion. Those things only I have explained it. Rated machine learning 1 month course. How can I get my certificate? If you have completed an internship, you will be getting after completing the entire video. If you have completed in YouTube means after verifying the 25 days attendance, you will be receiving it. Most of the marks they are using IR or ultrasonic. These two things only. Dharani Raj. Does kitchen chimneys using this gesture motion? No, not at all. Fine. Now let us get to know some detailed parts of the gesture. Now whatever it has been just explained in the form of oral, you have to know that how the process it differs between each and every data. So like once when you are going with the sensors, okay, once you are going with the sensors, So we can keep our particular hand in this way, and we can have the different sensor over here. Like this is the one of the flex sensor, the other flex sensor, other flex sensor, other one, other one, other one. Now here we will be having a controller. Onto that controller, all the sensors will be attaching the data, which is known as the analog data. So through that analog data, whenever it is just splitting up the entire value, so like it is getting tilted, therefore the resistivity value will be changed from a wire. Very simple, Ohm's law only. So through that Ohm's law only the resistive value is getting changed, and since it is analog, it varies from 0 to 1023. Now from that itself we will be able to collect the entire data over here. So for that, if some values, whenever we are just folding, based on that values, we can feed it to the controller. Therefore, the execution or automation will be applied. So in this way only we will be just working with this kind of gesturing sensor. But the same thing if you are working with camera means, so here we have to provide that respective view. So the view like so I will try to draw the hand in a decent manner. So now from this particular data, here we will be able to collect that respective part. Okay. So inside this camera, if it is collecting the entire area onto the project, whatever we are going, from this hand, we are just going to select the ROI. So ROI means a respective place from the video frame. So consider this as the full video frame. From that we are selecting only this region. Now after moving on towards this particular ROI means, here we have to show that respective hand. So here like if you show it as 1, here it will be detecting as 1. Here if you are showing it as 2, here it will be detecting as 2. So that kind of gestures only now we are going to do. So how that application will be done over here means, first we will be providing the input frame. So from that input frame we will be cropping out that particular area through ROI. So from that ROI like this we will be cropping it out. Now from that ROI we will take this portion for the threshold. So now when we provide this input towards this frame, from this the threshold data will be there. What is the threshold? For past some days we are just focusing only on threshold only. So here I am just showing 2 fingers, or let it be any objects. Now from this if you are just selecting means, this is known as the threshold over here, whereas this will be the original video. So original video. So from that, wherever the cropped part, the ROI, So from there it will be selecting only that part and it will be applying for the segmentation. So from that segmentation, after this, another one technique name also you might have been heard, known as contour. So what is that particular contour means? For the same image, for the same image, the boundary lines, that is known as the contour. So if it is boundary line means we can select any of the color. Okay, so in this way only the gesture it is being recognized inside the OpenCV, and for this particular calculations only we are using this scikit-learn and NumPy. So this is what comes under the different sections inside that particular integrations of gesture. So till this, if anybody having doubt means you can just post it. Till detailing we will be going. And those who are interested to join to our master class means you can just provide this 1 month internship onto our site. And the batch 2 has been started. So our promo code is batch 2 AI. So for that the respective coupon code and the reductions will be there. Those are interested they can join and they can explore for 30 days lessons, or we can say that 30 hours lessons. And if you guys are just interested with till here means you can just provide a thumbs up or you can just like our video. It will be much fruitful for us. So your response only will be providing us a boosted. Until unless without your response it will be like speaking alone. Or there is no use of connecting like this kind of YouTube sessions. It is better to provide only the recorded one. So still any doubts still? I hope there is no doubts. How AI helps you understand the demands of human beings based on whatever the data you are training. Whatever the data you are training to the machine, the same thing only it will also respond towards us. H1, the same explanation still it will be available into our YouTube channel. There is a code used already trained of is it first time? No, here we are just completely going with the threshold value. So it's not training part, this is threshold only. Camera quality is high like stadium camera, then we can detect people gesture sitting in the stadium. Not like that, because if you're having the good camera also, you have to apply the filters and processings. because as said, not all the complete pixels the system won't be able to read and process. Okay, so now if we just get into the block diagram, the same thing, little bit detail, whatever we have seen. So first we have to provide the input. So input means the camera should be turned on and we have to show anything as input, and therefore the defaultly the region of interest will be taken over here, and from that particular region of interest it will be converted to the grayscale, then Gaussian blur, and then segmentation will be done. From that the contour is applied and finally we can see the output. So this complete simple explanation only, I have given it briefly before itself. So in this way only that particular block diagrams and the complete process will be working. Now let us see for the code. So here we are having that import CV2, imutils, numpy, Sklearn. From that we are taking only the metrics and pairwise, and the background it is provided as none, and to collect the average value we are using this function. It is self-written only. Run average based on the weightage of the image as well as the image. So based on these two parameters only we are able to calculate the run average, which is a globally declared one. That's why it has been declared as global. If BG is none, therefore all the data will be in float. And finally it will be displaying the, it will be applying the accumulated weightage for background, image as well as the weighted part. The next thing for segmentation, what we are going to do means absolute difference between background and current frame. That function is being used. cv2.absdiff, and from that bg.as type unsigned integer. All the data will be collected in unsigned integer format. cv2.threshold and difference value, so that differentiated value and the threshold value will be matching up over here. Then after that the contours will be found out. To denote the shape of the finger, the contours will be found out. If the contours is 0, then there is no issue, else those data will be segmented. Therefore it will be returning the values of threshold and segmentation. Now we have to count the thresholded value. So for that another function, convex hull. Convex hull means the segmented area if it is in this particular shape, because our finger will be directed in this way only, like a convex. So if it is concave means it must be like this. Okay, so here the convex hull. From that we have to just collect that segmented data, which is provided into the different portions, like wherever that respective ROI is applied. Extreme top, the particular region will be there. Extreme bottom, extreme left, and extreme right of the ROI. So this particular portion, wherever we are just moving that particular features, that should be tracked, and the center of the palm also will be noted with the help of all this calculation value. So for calculating the distance, especially we have applied it as Euclidean distance. We are using the pairwise from Sklearn, which is known as the scikit-learn. So through that we will be able to collect the entire data, and therefore the radius of the circle will be applied as 80% of maximum Euclidean distance. So from that radius only, here it is collecting the entire function, and therefore the ROI it is calculated. The circular ROI it is calculated with numpy zeros, which is deducted from the threshold of a circumference. So if it is deducted, it will draw a circle, else it won't. And after detecting the circle, the contours will be found out, and from that initially the count will be declared as 0. Once it goes into the loop, so if you are having one convex hull means it is 1. If you have no convex means it is 0. If you have 2 means 2, 3 means 3, 4 means 4, 5 means 5. But here we are having the ROI area is little bit low, so therefore maximum 3 to 4 it will be able to detect. Now we are getting into the main function. So the accumulated weightage is 0.5, and therefore capture video capture with camera, top, right, bottom, left. So this complete series only here we will be having. For that we are providing the coordinates 10, 350, 255 and 590. We can change if we need. Number of frames, initially it is 0. It changes once the camera has been started. So while true, to grab the continuous frame, and therefore the iMotel's resize size of the window, it is 700 the width. First initially it will be flipped. Why it is getting flipped means that it will be collecting the mirror image means to make that as normal. So for that we will be applying the flip. From that the frames will be copied and the height and the width automatically gets adjusted based on the distance of the object. And finally therefore the ROI will be there, and the CVT color conversions. So after that ROI, CVT color conversion will be applied. To smoothen the video, the Gaussian blur will be applied in a low level manner, and number of frames will be calculated for 30 frames per second. And from that, if the frames is enabled in 1, please wait. If the frames is equal to 29, the calibration has been done. So the camera has read all the frames. Now therefore it will start to work with another section. Now it will start to segment the data from grayscale image, and finally the threshold will be applied, contours will be drawn, and the fingers will be counted. So the counting functions, everything we have seen onto the function wherever we have been defined. From there only we are calling this function, and based upon the count and the number of fingers, it will be returning the text, returning the value as a text onto the video frame itself. So wherever we have kept the ROI, there we will be drawing the rectangle. Since that it has been flipped, we will be calling it as right bottom. So finally, it will be displaying only that two different types of videos. One is the threshold and one is the real one with finger detection along with contour. So that's it over here. So now it is detecting my hair. So just I'm moving, and this will be the threshold, and there you can see the red contour. So this take some time in order to remove the contour. So I'm just showing the action, moving it towards the ROI box. Now the contour has attached to me, and it is detecting it as 1, detecting it as 2, 3. So in this way only, here we will be working with the gesture detection through the threshold segmentation as well as the respective integrating parts. So with this, we can create the home automation or the personal assistance. Personal assistance in the sense, like if you just show one, those who are not able to speak. So for that we can provide the text to speech conversion, and from that if you show one means I am feeling hungry, like that we will be able to make it. So this and all some sort of integrations we will be able to work, and this code it also works good in Raspberry Pi. So that is also very easy, and for installing the packages only it will take so much time. That is most important thing we have to just focus on here. So what are the process we are using for this prototype or trial? It is very low end. Still there are many high end processors, especially for deep learning itself. Many of them are nowadays going with Xilinx processor, Xilinx 7020, which is known as Pink 2, and at the same time they are also going for Jetson Savior. Jetson Savior, which is higher versions of Jetson Nano. So those kind of implementations only it has gone for higher end of artificial intelligence. So if you are free, you guys can just learn it. So still any doubts, you can just post it. Any doubts till this means, you guys can just post it over here. Okay, so I hope there is no doubts. So today's particular news, it is India is ready to incorporate, which is increasing the spending on artificial intelligence. So all the Indian companies and those who are going to become an entrepreneur, they are also ready to invest in more in artificial intelligence. So like, if one company is providing the software, they are ready to purchase the software, and from that they are ready to use for their automation purpose, like automatically sending the mail, automatic chatbots. So those kind of integrations we will be able to make it as quick as possible. So for that they will be they are most ready to integrate this AI with their business or whatever the machines they are going to apply. So that is one of the important news whichever I have said for today, which I hope this will be so hopeful. And this has been collected from Economic Times, which is a part of Times of India. So from that, you guys can just read a detail. And if anybody is going for the startups, or if any industrialists are there means, I hope it will be most helpful for them. So therefore, that's it for today. This deep learning is a part of AI. Yes, definitely it is. Yes, all these codings you will be able to receive from our site. No issues at all. Any other documents can be posted. Maybe there are chances, like very many chatbots, not a high level. Metaverse with AI, it is completely integrated only. So now metaverse means they are going to start with virtual reality and augmented reality, like that. As in a parity, you can collect it from our site, from internship. All the codes and everything will be provided.